Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and welcome back to Mashinky. We are here outside of, I think it is Berwick. Yep, Berwick, and we have Peterborough. And we set this line up in the last episode. We have 3 people, 90 male. And over here we have 24 people and 90 logs. And up here we have 30 people at the station. And yeah, alright. And down here we have a sawmill. We have not got that set up, but what I would like to do right now is set up or ramp up the number of passenger services that we are running, because I've been running a massive debt. We're up to 1,750 cash tokens alone, and I last paid 23 tokens in interest in 1933. I'm up to 25 right now. It is October 13th, 1934. I think it's 2 per 100 paid, I don't know, every month or so. So yeah, we have that, which is a thing. And so with that in mind, there has been a few patches since I last played, and I just want to go through some of those. There was some fixed train pathing back on October 8th. There is a message when the train has not enough tokens to run. There is a potential crash into tutorial when placing track. Never got that. Crash when computing buildings to stations interactions. So, about that. There, on the 9th, a bonus was added for first class wagons. Captions and description for Foundry extensions were added. There was a 10 km/h speed limit in tunnels, and there was a crash potential when placing building extensions. In the October 10th patch, there was bridge to tunnel snapping, a false permanent red signal, which most likely, for those who remember it way up here, we had a train where, I think it would have been here. This train, we had a signal here, it was stuck here at a red signal, and this signal here indicating this was an open block. And so basically, yeah, the train wouldn't go, and that was potentially the issue. So that, if it is indeed the issue, that has gotten fixed. Train intersecting without collision, not sure what that is, but trains can collide if you tell trains to ignore signals. So about that. There was also a not triggered green signal when train enters block, which could have also been that issue that we had right here. Turnaround when partly in depot, sometimes not working, sometimes cause train teleportation. And anyone who saw Colonel Failure's series of this, when he got the early access, he ended up having a train that kind of teleported out of the depot, and that is related to that. Train path finding was improved. Prefers free path than weight of signals. Change distance to red signal. Penalization algorithm. There is force unload passengers mail on station that does not require it. And increased capacity of first class wagon. That was back on the 10th. Other than that, a recent patch came out today on the 13th. I'm recording this on a Friday. Wagon length is visible on buttons when buying. So, in the depot, we can see here length is 1.12, length is 1.11. We have length of the Pullman is 0.56 and 0.92. These are a log. So 0.67, so this is 0.67 of whatever that is, whatever measurement. And the porter, this is most likely a porter, which is a 1.12. So the locomotive probably from here to here is about just under twice the size of from here to here. I'm assuming that's what that is. I don't know exactly what that is, if it's a full block. So for instance, we can see that this is wagons 0.67. It's about 2/3 of lock, which that is. So this measurement is most likely, or a length of 1 means a full block. As we can see here, a station is 6 blocks. You can extend it with a station extension. Signal box max size +2. So about that. And I have a feeling, although I'm not sure, if trains that are too long for the station, if they unload properly. I heard something, although I wasn't too sure if that was actually what it was. But it would be curious to know if trains that are too long simply do not load or unload the end wagons, which would of course mean that, yeah, the wagons that are too long, or trains that are too long, are just pointless to have. Anyway, other than that, visualization: train overall length in depot, lines sum, and on train window. So if we take a look at this, weight max recommended 68/41 tons. Really? Okay. So the weight of this train is currently 68 and it's recommending 41 tons. Interesting. Okay. 51 and 74. So this is just underpowered, which is why we might want to go up to a more powerful train. Although with that said, it only goes from here to here, so it's not like we actually need to. Statistics. Operating cost -1 there. Wow. Only +21. Maybe I just started the line in 1931. I doubt it. And yet we brought a ton of logs. For those who noticed it, we have a warning here. Warehouse capacity 200 of iron reached. If we hop over to that, that is the Foundry here. And apparently this has not been receiving coal for some time. What ended up happening, and I did make a note on screen, this is my coal train, it's going empty. I did make a note on it on some of my episodes where this forest no longer produces coal. It actually no longer produces the quantity of logs it used to, and that was because of the Deforestation Mission. That forest actually produces the quantity of logs it actually produced, as well as the charcoal or coal. So we are going to have to find a new source of coal for that, and I'm pretty sure this is probably the closest, really the only reasonably close source of coal. We are going to need coal for here, potentially coal for here, so actually this actually works out quite well. We have 89 cash tokens, so what I'm going to do is we are going to build a station because I'm going to need it. Yeah, we'll build that. And then what I would like to do, rather than bringing it around like this, we are going to, if I connect this up to here, that's about, really? Only 10 tokens. Oh, never mind. Alright, so I am going to want to run this like that. Now I'm going to have to do some, I think I want to that's that one there. Actually, I can do that. Not enough tokens. Let's borrow some more money. And that. Now, signals. We are going to need a signal there. And signals cost 2, and if we want to get rid of it, it'll actually get us back 1, but that's a losing proposition. Yeah, that's going that way. That's a two-way signal. Alright, so we want to specify our coal train to instead go from, we want to add this one. We can actually drag and drop these rather than having to remove. Yeah, we don't want that anymore. And so, about that. We just want it to go to the next station, which is station 19. So we got that. We'll be able to produce coal now. We will not have waiting or extra iron ore sitting there. I do eventually want to connect up Inverness up here to Huddersfield, and I will be running this train probably down here to Dover, since this is a 38 passengers there. I actually did set this up. Okay, so another thing is, unfortunately, this depot's in the wrong place, because I kind of want to have this go like that. So one way going this way and then that going that way, because that goes in line with that. I really shouldn't have built the extension. Alright, well, we are going to actually, we are going to build it's going like that. We are going to have to borrow some more. And what I just might, oh no, I'm going to want to run it on that side. Okay. Yeah, I can't really run it on this side because the iron ore mine is in the way. So, can I, wrong track crossing. Let's do that and that. We will sort it out later. And we are going to want signal there. And yeah, signal there. Oh no, we don't want it to be one way. Alright, so that will come in here to Dover. And what I would like to do with this train is we are going to run this down to Dover now. Alright, so station 13 is that station. So we want to add Dover. And we want to get rid of station 13. And the reason I'm doing this is because station, or Dover here, generates 38 passengers, and Huddersfield only generates 15 passengers, if I'm reading this correctly. So this will generate a lot more passengers than Huddersfield, and this Swansea is a 37 as well. So yeah, we want some high speed trains running on this section here. We are going to have to double track that section if we want to put a second train on the line. Maybe a passing section, although maybe down, no, we would want to just double track it. Then we are going to be running probably Huddersfield to the post here. We'll build a second station there. And another thing I'm going to want to do is expand this train, just because if we take a look at the statistics, we've made a decent amount. We are using a lot of coal, but we should be actually, oh yeah, we're going to be running low on coal just because we haven't been making the coal tokens. Anyway, let's get things kicked off. And this train will now go on its new route down to this coal mine. And yeah. Speed her up. Another thing I was thinking about doing, especially because this is a very busy section, and yet this train is going to have to wait because this one is in the way. I was thinking about doing a I can't do a... I kind of want to do something like that into here. But what I will do, we're going to run this like that, and then we are going to... Nope, nope. Oh, no. Like that, and now what we are going to do, got to spend money to get rid of signal. Let's get rid of that and connect that on like that. We want signal there and there. We're going to make that one way, So what will happen is the trains will no longer, when they're in the station, block this. Although I am going to want to have another signal there. Apparently we have an iron reward, 200 credits, nice. And so I'm going to want a... Yep, I'm going to want a third track here. So we want this basically to come down like that. We're going to want that there. Want this to go like that. Going to want this to go like that. We are going to remove, actually let's pause it, get rid of that. This is going to be a dedicated track, so we can get rid of this. We can get rid of that and that. To that, and then we are going to want this to come up like that. We're going to get rid of that and that. Nope, we are going to want get rid of that, and now much like that. We want to signal there, one there, one there. We want that to be that, that to be that, that to be that. We want a signal here, like that. We are going to put another signal there to go like that. So we have this, stops there, stops there. We're going to want a release signal there. To put signal there, one way like that, one way like that. I'm actually going to remove this signal, and that's just to give this enough space. Alright, so now trains in this station do not block any of the trains going along this path, and until they actually have to cross back over. The trains, both the logs and the planks trains, have a queuing section. So if we let it run, although this is an iron train, so with that, let's repay, since we do not need our money at the moment. Apparently an unknown error. Where is one of my planks train? There's the planks train. Where is capacity 200 of iron ore reached? Yep. Alright, so if we check, so 4 wagons is long enough to fit in here and not block trains that need to go to the Foundry. Perfect. Now, with that said, our logs train has 6 wagons. So we are going to want to do we? Yep, let's make a triple track here. And we are going to bring that like that. That'll create another waiting zone. And we'll put a signal there. And then what we are going to do is we are going to remove that signal. We are going to let that run. And another thing we can do, if we want to set a train to go to a specific waypoint, so for instance, this is our blanks train. So station 6, which is somewhere, station 6 here. If we want it to go, we can add a waypoint. And so what will happen is it will go on this line here. And so that's something I didn't know the last time I played, but something I do know after reading some discussions on the Steam forums and just other videos. Like, hey, there actually is waypoints. Unlike in Transport Fever, there isn't a specific thing that you build, you just specify a particular bit of track. Really? Okay, that looks to be a little bit of a visual glitch there. That. Alright. And we are making coal dollars. Yes, we are. There we go. And does this need... Yes, it does. So we need the coal to get... Yeah, lots of trains running empty. Alright, so our high-speed train almost feels like the speed on the trains are a little bit slower now. Warehouse capacity 200 reached. Yep. We are coming into... Oh, that's right. Let's pause. And... what I would like to do... can I get it? Yeah, this is going to be cheaper than trying to run or build another depot. Depots cost, I think it's like, what, 50? Yeah, 50 tokens. Expensive. So an extra little bit of track plus some signals. Wrong track crossing. Signal there. We're going to need a signal there, I think. Sure. How about that? Now, what we'd like to do is send this one. We are going to stop it and reverse it, send it back to the depot. And what we are going to do, we are going to buy some wagons for this thing. Alright, so we have Mashinky. Okay. Cargo 18 Ks, capacity 18, undefined text. Alright. So this is 18 capacity, which is the coach car. Income plus 10% for the first class wagons. Wow, about that. Dining car. It doesn't have any details. It costs iron tokens. We have 122 iron tokens. Wow. All right. First class wagons 1.28. Coach 0.92. So this is longer. It gives us a 10% bonus. We actually have 153 cash tokens, or no, plank tokens. And I was going to do some math to calculate this. I think the coach cars are more efficient, weight and capacity wise. Let's run a first class. And so does it tell me statistics, info, weight 211, max recommended 178 tons. Really? Where does it tell me the it's supposed to tell me the length, I think, of this train. Alright, so this is how much capacity? We got 16 and 18, that's 34. Let's put a... I'm a little bit concerned that this might be too long. I'm pretty sure the dining car gives us a bonus to income, although it's not saying it here. Second class, 25 capacity. What I might do is pull off the coach car. So 25 capacity for a length of 1.28. That's about 5 capacity per 0.25-ish. 0.92, which is almost... it's very comparable, actually. Do we want income plus 10%? Let's just go with a second class. Alright, we already have that. For now, we're just going to run this. Does fit within the station. 59 of 59. Nice. That's going to generate us a whole lot more money. Let's repay. And tough choice. Select an option. The company's reputation has spread to the point where we have multiple service requests on the table. Unfortunately, we cannot satisfy everyone. From all these business opportunities, I choose the two most interesting. These are a government contract for transporting people, or transporting iron ingots for a powerful industrialist. Well, about that. I'm thinking I imagine this is kind of a story related thing with like main quest missions. Since I'm assuming that the full game will not play exactly the same every time, and its choices like this will influence what kind of missions we get in the future. It'd be nice if the missions were a little bit more varied, but I fully understand, you know, the early game missions are exactly that. So, transporting people will give us a lot more cash. What do we need the iron ingots for? Let's go passenger traffic. Good choice. It's a simple government contract which will develop our infrastructure. Nothing complicated, except the small detail that it's the biggest order in the history of our company. This will be a challenge, a real test of your abilities. Transport 2,000 passengers. Alright, and we get 100 cash, or rather 100 tokens of coal and planks. This is still... Really? Let's let this run. Yeah, but then... Alright, I'm curious if this is going to get fully loaded. No, it's not. So 21 of 27. We might want to consider an extension upgrade. Coal storage. I'm assuming this increases the production. Alright, timber tunnel supports. Really? Seriously? Please tell me what is the issue here. And unfortunately that is going to cause an issue there. Well, if there was a signal issue fixed, it definitely is not fixed right now. So I'm going to take a screenshot and send this to the developer. Or maybe not. What I'm going to do, yeah, I'll just keep it for future reference. We're going to remove that signal. Although that said, yeah, for some reason that signal indicated that the block was in use. The block wasn't in use. You're fine. You're fine. You are fine. You. Yep, I figured as much. Alright, so what I would like to do is start utilizing Huddersfield. And nice, 188 cash tokens. Let's repay. Get some of that loan paid off. And we got a train coming in here with 20. Yeah, we are going to need to bump up the quantity of coal this produces. Now, planks produce 3. Second head frame allows more coal to reach the surface quicker, increases production. Extra space for storage of mined coal, production speed increased by 50%. Main shed for storage and repair of mining equipment increases coal production by 20%. Okay. Second head frame. Good. Sure. And so that increases the quantity of coal that will be sitting there. Now we have 57. We are going to want to check our industries just to see if we are producing enough. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this here. Or no, over here. 200 planks. What should happen is that we should get the warning that we have maximum in the warehouse, but it doesn't look like it is. Now, with that said, this should basically get all of the other planks. And so we have 1 people waiting there. We only have 4. Yep, we're not going to be running any more than that. And we've got 5 people sitting here. And yeah, rugby has grown. We have hull over here. There's post. And 126. Passengers 335 of 2,000. We have logs processing. Did we start any additional logs over here? No, we didn't. Okay, what I'm going to do, we might as well run a porter, and we are going to run, we have 88, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to orders there to there. Let's hit the start button. So that will kick up the delivery of logs. Alright, so we have 60 people waiting here. We have only 6 people waiting here. And just politics. Nice. Well done, I have to thank you. You've provided our city with future prosperity. And most importantly, political stability. We don't have to worry about the next elections now. Establish passenger transport from the city barrack. Plus 100. Nice. And we have the ruined church. Going postal. The transport of mail is now the responsibility of the Ministry of Railways. We want to take mail lorries off the road and transport post by train. You have built up a good railway network, so we are commissioning you to arrange mail transport. See it as a service to your country. Charles Winbald, Ministry of Railways. Deliver 50 units of mail for a reward of 50. Tough choice. Yep, we're going to get that pretty quickly. Logs processing eventually, and that. Actually, is this the ruined church here? Yes, it is. It accepts planks, and I wonder if the planks from here will jump right directly into here. Actually, if we were to build a station, say right here, 1, 2, where would I send traffic to? I would send it up here, possibly up there. Where's the nearest logs? Logs are right here. I'm thinking we build a station here, and I might want to have a second platform, although that could come in time, like right here. What I think should happen, although with that said, what we will need is the waiting room, which catchment area 2, because this currently does not catch this. Put the waiting room right there. Now that should be within range of that. So when I bring logs in here, what should happen, if I'm not mistaken, is that this will put it onto here, and then these will jump directly to here. So we just need to bring logs into that station. Now I can build that there. And just run that up like that. Yep, like that. Down to there. And what we are going to do is we're going to build a depot. Can let's build it there. And now what we want to do is engines. We could buy a Baldwin. Actually, we might want to. The extra horsepower, wagons, we are going to need money. Let's borrow 2, 3, and 4. We are going to have this run from down here over to here. Oh, bother. It'd be nice if this stayed selected until you didn't need it. We're going to hit the start button on that, so that will get logs being delivered over to there. And we'll also be able to start getting post. Carlisle 2222. Okay. Oh, that's for the planks and yeah. We are going to actually no, we already have the waiting room. Another thing we can do eventually is run the planks down this way to this tool works over here. Although is there a little bit closer one? Not really. Oh, this town. I'd actually probably build in here if I were to. Do I build a station there? For now, we are just going to let this run. Although with that said, at this point in time, what I might just do is take a break here. There is our new passenger train. Oh yeah, it looks much better having more wagons on it. But that is pretty much just what it is. And yeah, so we are going to be definitely ramping up the cash tokens. We've increased our capacity on the train. And I do want to eventually get this connected up to the post. But run a post train down like that, down into Huddersfield. And then possibly another train going like this as well. So, about that. Now, whether I'd want to send this... Actually, no, I am going to be sending up there. I need to double track that, so that's going to cost a bit of money getting through the mountains. But, yeah. About that. We have this. We are making a decent amount of money. Although with that said, what are we making? Balance. Yeah, we were losing money. Of course, we were borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Even with our quest income and station income, we're still losing money. But we have a positive balance of plus 118, so I could pretty much just let things run and we will be making decent amounts of money. But no, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is take a break here and we will continue off with more Mashinky in the next episode. Overall, there's been a few updates and improvement. This game is, of course, still early access. It's going to be early access for, I think it was a year or two, at least according to the Steam page. But yeah, there will be a lot more to come. I would love with this map to be able to see ships being added to the game, just because we have logs down here, actually 2 logs, ship them up to here and then ship them over here to a toolworks. We have coal here, ship it down here, coal here, or not coal, actually we have coal here, we can ship it across the coast. Yeah, about that. And that goes out that way. So yeah, if you want ships or useful ships, you definitely want to generate some nice lakes, because this is actually pretty good. And over here we could do, yeah, logs right down there to the sawmill. So yeah, about that. If we could get one within range of there, bring them down to there, that would be another option. But yep, anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Mashinky. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SP Gaming, and as always, have a good day.